So, real quick random aside, apparently this is a workout slider. So, I guess it's supposed to go underneath something heavy to protect from the floor. I don't know why it came in my last ammo box purchase, but if you have any suggestions for just the one, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just keep it on the side for now. But let me go ahead and adjust the camera real quick while we're here. But I did go ahead and refit back on my EDC setup here. So don't look to me as the pinnacle of fitness. Sorry about that. It is what it is. But this is how I typically carry with my normal scrubs that go over this. And the reason I'm not wearing that is because my scrubs have some company logo. So trying not to associate with that. But basically, this is kind of how I look when it comes to running my EDC pistol. So for anybody who thinks the DR920 or Glock 17 size can't be worked with, it can. In my case, 6 feet, 250. So that's where I'm at right now. But let's go ahead and show you here with the unboxing for what can be used as a basically I'm not sure what I'm going to work out the title to be. If it's going to be something training related, which it definitely could be used for that, because I mean, granted, the money that goes into it will definitely justify the use of it. But in my case, I think I might actually have a separate setup just for home, just for home defense, I should say, just because, you know, let's be honest, if we get caught out in our jimmies and, you know, all the nuts and bolts are hanging around nakedly, not sure if I want to, at least not on purpose, but definitely incidentally, you could definitely face an intruder that way. But if I have some discretion of time, I'd rather have and I have 3 of these 511 pants. So I could dedicate one to the side just for this, just to throw on in the middle of the night. I mean, granted, I do have a chest rig, or I should say, really body armor that I already have staged to throw on as well. But as far as pants goes, yeah, I mean, you don't want to be caught just wearing a top and no bottom. I mean, that's crazy. No judgment, though. But this is not sponsored like my previous core video, because even though I have my own dedicated belt, because I'm used to the system by now, and that should be the inner and the outer setup there, that at least what I have going on is that I want to keep something like this on me as well, a trauma pack. I did make sure to include that as well, because you get hit in the arm, leg, some kind of, or even in your vital area. I believe this does come with chest seals as well. But I might just do a dedicated video just on this alone, because we got trauma shears to work with here. We got marker, gloves. I mean, that's what I did buy this for, was just as a second set, because I do have a few, I guess, tourniquets already and setups like this. Like I have one that I keep on the daily in my bag that's back there. That's actually an ankle kit, but I did split it, so I do have a separate ankle kit, and I also have one that's on the back of my. Excuse me, I just mentioned it earlier. I keep calling it chest rig, but it's my chest plate setup. So this is just an addition to that. I don't believe that you could really have too much of first aid going on. I have a lot of overlap. I just happen to be that way. And yes, I do have this exact same, what I thought was a chest seal at first, but this might be the, like a Israeli bandage. Forgive the name of convention, but battle wrap. Okay, cool. We got an English version of it. I mean, American. I'll save my Israel jokes for another time. And you have your stop the bleed kit, at least some anti-clotting. So just taking a quick look at it without, yeah, to compact the wound. And hemostatic dressing. Okay, so that's what I meant by the clotting. But I'm not Travis Haley. I'm not used to my own big words, so I'm gonna let that slide. Put this back here and let you get another look at it here. So this was, how can I put it? Optional, but I did go for it. Came at a good price. Don't remember the exact price because I did everything retail, and then I did a discount that was already preloaded from, I believe, Microsoft Shopping. But they run discounts all the time, so you shouldn't have an issue for that. The belt buckle, close to kind of what I use here, but not the same pattern. I went ahead and went for a honeycomb pattern this time. So that'll be another time where I put everything together. I might make its own video on that, but if that comes across as tedious, then I'll just set it all up and then show you the finished setup. And then what do we have here? Okay. This is to help line up with the inner and outer belt, which we already did pull out. So just looks like extra accessories here, and the wrench that'll be for locking it in. Like in my case, I use the same thing, the wrench, just to tighten it together. So far, I haven't had to go through a retightening as of yet with my EDC setup. And then here's the holster mount. So I believe Safariland is what is designated to use with 3-hole pattern holsters. So I'm actually going to set this up with my my current home defense pistol. Is actually, let me go ahead and grab it so I can show you. Oh, wrong button. Hang on one sec. Here we go. It is my Compt MMP 2.0, and as you see here, this is the Safariland 3-button setup here. 1, 2, 3. See, you got that there. So let me go ahead and put this down. All right. So that's what I already have set up to work with it. And as far as the leg strap goes, and the back is for instructions in case you wish to get a copy of that or take a look at it. But the holster mount was also included with the package. And this was kind of a gift to me from me. I meant to actually wait on it as maybe a 40-year-old once I turn 40 to gift that for myself. But I don't know. I felt like getting it now. So here we go. This was a choice by me. I did go by gray this time around just to separate it from my all black setup here that I use for work. But like I said, this will be for home. But here are my pouches here. Let's see here, just to make sure you can see it there. AR-15 style and double stack pistol magazines. Okay. There you go. And what's next? Got a dump pouch. So this was also optional, but I went ahead and went for it. Not going to make too much of a big deal out of that or why I chose a dump pouch. It just felt appropriate, especially in case if I end up ever using it in a competition type of way. Same thing goes for the Molly extender. And the reason behind that was for the trauma pack, actually, just to have extra room for that as well. For the, at least when you're attaching the belt, that it will have like this open space over here that you could attach something else, be it magazines or a dump pouch, or which normally goes around the back, but same thing could be said for the trauma pack as well. So that was just to give more versatility to the setup, because at least in my EDC setup, because I'm kind of late, I'm pretty active walking around, so I'm gonna be not so much in use of this there, especially with all the bending and squatting, but And let's say if I was running and gunning without so much of squatting or kneeling down, um, let's just say just for convenience at the range or just for standing up, stand and deliver, I felt like this would be add some versatility. Whether I should use it or not is optional, so I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. So those things aside, let's see what we have here. So this is the instruction manual for making sure that you measure twice, cut once type of deal, especially with whatever type of setup that you have going on here. And in my case, this I'll be following the dual belt system over here once I get time to just sit down and read on it, and making sure that my size is right and all that, which they did walk you through that. But of course, instructional videos over here, you could always go in that direction. And at least in my case, I actually cut twice. So this is where I'm set up right now, and I've been running that way for months at this point. I'll do a follow-up review on this after a year, which I think I still have about 6 months left, for more or less 5 months. So this was just my receipt here. So yep, I did go with everything I could get in gray. But if you need the exact title of it, it is the Battle Belt Gunfighter Starter Kit, which I'll probably put in the title, to be honest. My buckle type is a B1, outer belt gray, inner belt padded. Holster mount is black. That was the only option, which is fine. Didn't really care much for that. My trio mag pouch gray, dump pouch gray, trauma pack gray, and the Molly extender gray, of which I had a different idea for it at the time, but I'll revisit that another time to figure out exactly what I want to do with that extender. But that kind of covers it right now. Questions, concern, comments, leave it below. I'll probably see how well that this ends up playing with my plate setup. And I think that's all I can say about it right now. I don't have anything else in the box, nothing special. Like I said, this wasn't sponsored. This was all me. So I paid for it myself with a discount code. So that's it. That's all we got. But thank you for your time. You got any questions or comments, again, leave it down below. And I'll see you later.